Guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with another online MP video, and today we're going to be dissuading a rumor, I guess, something that people are saying.
Well, more just making a case that the Master's Death card is way better than people think it is. So the problem with the Master's Death card is that one of the best benefit from it isn't obvious from the description because it's not inherent in one of the abilities. So here's the thing. The team almost doesn't matter except for Ares. Ares is going to be the person taking advantage of both Tantu Totem and Master's Death card. And it's a non-traditional loadout because he's got no Batgirl.
Yeah, he doesn't have
And he doesn't
any
need her.
bonus power.
Right, so we've got Earth 2 Solomon Grundy as our tank. And it could be really anybody. It doesn't actually matter. But he's got the 4th row gear set, Astro Harness. It could be anybody with high enough health to be our meat shield. Hawkgirl helps a little bit because of her passive that lets them tag in and out faster, so it means our fights are more efficient, but it actually could be somebody who maybe has better basic damage.
And so you'll see it right here. You can see we just got a free bar of power from swapping in, and that's because what we were talking about, the Master's Death card's 20% unblockable damage on tag in, does it in a ton of tiny hits, and the tiny hits generate power in whatever format you're in. They generate power according to that rules. So when you're playing it offline, the power is generated primarily for the person you're hitting. But in online multiplayer play, you get a full bar of power from all those little hits, and the enemy gets like a part of a bar, a portion, not nearly as much.
So the area effect ability for Combo Ender, that's useless. I don't play enough guys that have big combo enders or get it consistently enough that it makes a difference. So that's better.
A crazy amount of damage more than 100,000 a second.
Right, more than 100,000 per second, which is ridiculous. Normally to do that, you actually have to set up your team and set up your play to tag a guy in and out specifically so they generate power. That was just like in the course of regular play.
Yeah.
Which is, I like using this word, ridiculous.
So that extra bar allows us to have a different team setup when we swap in. Doesn't make us need Batgirl. We can keep her out of it.
Right.
Being able to use specials over and over again when they're not gonna deal damage, to stall for time for whatever, gives us some versatility. And the extra splash damage from our special attack just means that he's even more powerful.
Yeah, now the splash damage doesn't seem to process properly every time. Like, look,
that's not...
Green Arrow came in, he's got no damage on him. So to me, the potential weakness, besides what we just saw here, where there's a power drainer, and they come in and they're special prioritizes, so we need to pop out to get our power again, but is Killer Frost. Because our second bar of power relies on the generation based on hitting the enemy, Killer Frost with her... Oh, and actually Earth 2 Solomon Grundy with their slightly impaired... power generation, right? They decrease your power generation. What you do is you leave Ares on the bench for a moment or two longer. He generates power while he's off screen, and then when you tag him in, that little bit of Master's Death card is enough to bring you right over.
Yeah, so I think Ares is back to being the powerhouse of a character that he hasn't been for a little while now, I would say.
Yeah.
Just because it's so easy to just special 2, special 2, special 2, and the splash damage doesn't even matter quite as much anymore, because you only need to be able to deal enough damage to kill them.
Exactly. Now, the question then is what the third gear should be. Now, I've got Heart of Darkness here. I think I wasn't entirely paying attention. Because it's got the 30% boost to special 2, and that makes more than enough difference to... Let's see if Joker comes in. All right, so this is going to be easy. Yeah, I don't even care about that.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Because we got Tantu Totem.
Yeah, Tantu Totem totally allows us to ignore any blinks or special evasion stuff is totally useless.
Yeah, and I want to point out, too, that my instinct is to not tag somebody in who's our offensive guy with Astro Harness. I've got to overcome that because it doesn't matter with Tantu Totem. And it doesn't matter with Master's Death card because even if the hits don't connect... You see this when you just take regular swings. If you're just attacking and they don't touch the guy, you still generate power for doing your attacks.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually need to connect. It's just the fact of doing attack, and the free 20% hits on tag-in are still there. The only problem is if you happen to tag them in simultaneously with somebody else, you don't get the benefit of it. So Luchador Bane's not going to be a problem because he doesn't have a bar of power. Even if he tags in the middle of something, he's not going to be able to give us a huge special one that'll knock out the guy plus everybody else.
Well, I think
just one health.
Yeah, I think that's interesting to talk about. Who would you say are the biggest problems? Who do you really need to watch out for this?
Honestly, anybody who's got a revive, so the Blackest Night team, because you need to be aware as soon as you knock them out, slip back out. Like I mentioned, the people who impair power gen.
Yeah.
And also a decision of what to do with Killing Joke Joker if he's not the last person to tag in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you just knock him out.
Oh crap.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's show him who's boss. Sometimes if you play it just to try to do the special quickly on the next guy, if they've got the third bar of power, it seems like they prioritize over my special. So there's a bunch of times where I hit the special 2, and they do their special 3 at the same time. And because their special 3 lasts longer, I'm not in the middle of my special to avoid damage.
Yeah.
So that's really, I guess, and as always, anybody with like a Red Sun Green Lantern team where there's no crit damage, right?
Yeah, but really, we go through people like butter with this team.
Right. So you see, one of the Wonder Women the Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman has 2 Fourth World Gear set. She's going to revive once. So we'll just be prepared once we hit her with their special. Because we don't care. If we get the splash damage, that'll be even better. But we'll just have to tag them out anyways to conserve our power. And it's not a big deal. If your tank is good enough, which ours is, it'll just take you a few seconds longer. It'll take one tag in and tag out again. See, that's
that. I love watching the bar fill up right as you come in.
Yeah. Agreed. So we go, we tag out. Oh, and we destroyed some of her gear on the tag-in.
And so we even got to take them out.
Oh, and here's the other thing about why Ares is so powerful, right? You see the red on Wonder Woman. It means that she can't block anything. Not that it matters, since our strategy is using an unblockable special 2 over.
Yeah,
and over
but
again.
I mean, if you swap out real quick,
right? And because of our setup, because he's using none of the special 1 splash damage special that you use on Luchador Bane or Batgirl, if you want to do that, you could have one of them as a second character to tag in.
That's true. Yeah,
if he whiffs,
that does actually leave you open to putting some good stuff on other people. I mean, he's definitely using up some premium gear here. You're not going to be able to gear out 2 people with his kind of set, which makes a lot of characters go from pretty good to like indispensable.
Yeah, here's where we're going to potentially have a problem, because Arkham Origins Batman is going to tag in with 3 bars. That means when he tags in, he's going to have a super 3.
Oh yeah, so we gotta watch out for that.
Actually, that's kind of the same
super move.
He's got a super move or special 3.
Yeah,
whatever. I just totally shipped the 2 moves.
They do kind of supers and not specials, right? Yes. Technically.
Yeah. So he won't get his power back, but he's also potentially going to knock out Ares if he's a first person tagging after Luchador Bane, and that's potentially a problem. There we go. So you got to watch. All right, there we go.
Oh crap!
See, and I tried, couldn't do anything about it. Now, it's possible if we block enough that we could still survive this.
Oh, 49%. That's pretty...
That's probably as good as it gets. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're still there.
Oh!
We're still there.
Just barely, but enough, I guess. Good thing we're going to burn his invuln here.
Yep. And then once his invulnerability's gone...
There we go.
Oh, hold on. I just don't want to leave him right at the moment. Actually, you know what? That's the other thing about Master's Death card is that when you tag in, if the 20% hits, if they're not invulnerable... they can't do a special at that moment.
Oh yeah, because it's the interrupt.
Right.
It's the same way.
Enchantress
Skulls. Yeah, I was gonna say, where the damage actually comes with tactical benefits.
Right. And to me, the tactical benefit is actually better than the damage.
Well, for me, it's the power gen that's most of it.
Right. So he's got almost no health, and wow.
I mean, the damage is what it is. The damage helps, but it's not changing it. Especially with this strategy, the damage almost doesn't do anything.
Right.
Because there's nobody that it's going to make the difference for, I don't think.
Right.
I guess theoretically, if we didn't crit and it was somebody with like a huge amount of health, like with health boosting gears, the damage might make the difference, but
So that's why you could make the argument that maybe Demon Blade would be a better third gear because it'll increase your chance of critting on special too. So you're
true.
more consistently getting the high damage. But I almost like getting the really, really high damage better because the difference is small.
Yeah.
And there's enough guys now with really high health that if the splash damage actually does process, then I'm better off doing a bit more so they're softer when they come in. I like saying that. Their underbelly is a little bit softer and more vulnerable. Was this the last fight? I wasn't paying attention.
I think it is, yeah, because
Okay.
you did the did the recharge before the last fight,
Right,
so
right. Okay.
this will have been 7th.
All right, so there. Oh, nice. I'm always happy when something that a low percentage actually processes, and we get the benefit of it. All right, so now that
So
he's
hit
got
him with the special loan.
Yeah, I wanted him to drop the bar of power because I just didn't want to take a chance that he was gonna get hit.
Oh man, I love seeing Injustice 2 Superman and then having the Tantu Totem.
Yeah.
There's something that just feels delightful about being able to totally ignore him, especially because I remember the times in which it was a struggle to deal with him.
Yes. Agreed. So here is our refutation of the people who do not like the Master's Death card. I think it's actually well deserves its place in the legendary gear pantheon.
Yeah, it basically allows you to replace Batgirl with a piece of gear that has its own kind of secondary useful effects.
Right. And the reason why it's better than Razagul's Scimitar is that you get the bar again every time you tag in, not just for the first time.
So there we go. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.